If I'm in second place and you pass me, what place are you in?
First.
First place.
Yes.
I'm in second place and you pass me. Well, how would you be in first place?
Because I passed you. I passed you, so I'm in first.
I'm in second place, though.
Congratulations. Now I'm in first because I passed you. I passed you. Are we running? Are we driving? It doesn't matter. I passed you. I'm in first.
Salute. Good morning or good after. Hey, good morning to some of y'all. Y'all on the West Coast. Y'all make sure y'all like the stream, share the stream, support the stream through Cash App. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with my mic. Let me go ahead and switch mics. Okay. Like the stream, share the stream, support the stream through Cash App, Super Chat, Super Thanks. Let me switch. My mic's doing some mic and shit. So yeah, we're gonna switch that. You know, switch that. All right. So, and we'll go to that too in a minute. Right? But yeah, shout out to everybody's in the chat. What up, Black Pearl? You know what I'm saying? I see you, Ed Hill, Vatos, you know what I'm saying? Cynical One, Trinity, who's always first, Miss Letitia McGee, you know what I'm saying? Aquafina BBW. What up, Misha Mack? Shout out to you, sis. What's going on? Now, quick rant, or a matter of fact, it might not be so quick. Don't really know, but it's funny. These panels are like, it's funny, but it's really not funny. Like it's hitting the level of absolute just Like it's really sad. Like I wanted to say pathetic, but that's kind of too like that term is just a little too condescending. You know, so I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just going to use the word sad. Like it's sad when you speak on the climate of just people. You want to say the youth, but just people in general. Like shit's fucked up. Which, believe it or not, you don't really see me on too many of them, and I damn sure don't get invited to these because folks expect you to pick a side, and it's like, bro, you really expected motherfuckers to pick the side of dumb or dumber. Like, you sound dumber than a motherfucker, and the motherfucker you arguing with sounds worse. So, these people be trying to win arguments and shit with each other by default. It's really bad. It's really bad. These panels are a bad thing. They're really creating more harm than good. And not even just harm to a community, not even just harm to society, but just harm to one's intellectual fucking well-being. Like real shit. What up, Jones boy? For real. Like, you could probably sit back and smoke a goddamn pound of weed and you won't kill as many brain cells as you would listening to your average YouTube panel. Like, it's a goddamn shame. Facts, Adrienne Nicole. It's the same shit, different day, right? Just the stupidity of it all. That's why I be telling these folks, man, go outside, touch grass, slap ass, something like that. Now, I'm going to go to a comment that was just put in my chat. What up, Ed Hill? He said, this dude, House of Hypocrites, made 1,000, you know what I'm saying, in less than 60 minutes last night. I don't count other people's money, man. So if that man made $1,000, you know, just doing the same shit or just reviewing somebody's stream and giving a take on that shit from years ago, more power to him. You know, it tells you the climate of people. And people can spend whatever the fuck whatever they want to spend their money on is cool, but it's amazing. The shit that entertains people. Like the shit that entertains people these days. You know? Just some back and forth, but like literally watching 2 idiots or 3 idiots argue with each other. Or watch somebody take 1,500 shots at a motherfucker on their channel, and then when they get clapped back at one time, cry victim and shit. Look what he did to me. Ass fucking panels. You know? But it's cool. You know, people can spend bread on what it is that they want to spend bread on. I ain't mad at them. You know, I ain't mad at them. Shit, you light that shit on fire, wipe your ass with it for all I give a fuck. It's yours. You'll do whatever you want with it. You know? I can't tell people what to be entertained by, but it does speak to the climate of people these days. Like, for example, I was on Sharon Bracey's panel yesterday, and I didn't even plan on being there that long, but I was in and out because I was working, you know, throughout the course of the day. In and out, but they had a dude up there, and he was attempting to speak intelligently on some shit he literally knew nothing about. Multiple things that he knew absolutely nothing about. And the longer the conversation went, the more I was able to pretty much prove that shit. And I kind of feel bad because nowadays, when you just have a conversation with somebody, it turns into a fucking debate. What up, MOT? It turns into a debate. You know what I'm saying? And then people take offense when you're just like, bro, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, bro. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. But if you want to, you can cut your microphone on mute, maybe listen a little bit. You might learn something. Or you can do what you usually do and just Google some shit. Like, cause that's all you motherfuckers do. You know what I'm saying? You just Google some shit and you become Google scholars and you think you know something. You know, oh, well, I read this book and that book and shit like that. Yeah, but you don't touch no grass, you don't slap no ass, you don't know shit. But yet you're talking about what the fuck is going on outside. You know what I'm saying? And what the hell is going on with other people, yet you don't fucking know nobody and you don't never leave your goddamn house. So how the hell do you know anything about anything that you're talking about? You know? So what up, MOT? Now check this out, right? This conversation was so fucking wild because I'm just like, bro, I get it. You know, I get it. You hear a lot of these panels, you see these people with the viewers, you see them with the subs and shit like that. So you think that they know some shit. So what you do is you either write it down or you take a mental note of the shit that they said, and then you start regurgitating that shit on panels and you think you sound smart. No, the fuck you don't. So here's the deal. If I wanted to have conversations with these motherfuckers, I would have a conversation with those motherfuckers. I'm talking to you right now. So you mind telling me what your take is on that? And the dude couldn't do it. And that's what I'm saying. That's not funny. I know other people were starting to get frustrated. They think that shit's funny. People consider that shit bullying. I'm like, how the fuck? What? Like when you ask somebody what the hell their opinion is on some shit, and they can't even give it to you. It's like, should you even be talking to grown ass adults right now? It's amazing. And people are like, oh, but you should be a little nicer, and you don't get it, and this is the manosphere, and the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Like, man, hey, I was born at night, not last night. Like, seriously. Don't try to mask stupidity in a hashtag. Or a lack of information in a fucking hashtag. It's amazing. What up, Sop Passe? Now, to even go back to this comment from earlier, when you talk about, House of Hypocrites being able to make $1,000, in less than 60 minutes on a stream, likely talking about Anton Daniels and Anton Daniels' situation when the motherfucker don't know shit. That's what's funny to me. Like that shit, that's the funny part, is the fact that people can literally come on these panels or even upload videos and talk about shit they know absolutely nothing about. Pull up 2-year-old videos that already have like 50,000, 100,000 views and have already been fucking reviewed. And then people are like, yo, you got all the information. It's like, no, the fuck you don't. But it's cool. Can you really be mad at somebody for recycling piss over and over and over again, like recycling piss 5 times over and then selling that shit to you and telling you it's water? Like real shit. Recycling that shit, putting it in a bottle, and then selling that shit to you, be like, yo, this will quench your thirst. And you're like, hey, cool, I'll just buy it. Like, that shit, 1,000 likes? Like, you counting nigga likes too? Damn. Whatever. I'm sure that shit equates to that shit equates to money too. I can't blame people, man. Make your fucking bread, bro. I said this shit a long time ago, dude. When they came out with that damn splatter shield shit a long time ago for your microwave, which wasn't nothing but a shower cap that you put over a plate. That's all it was. G shit. What up, Uda? G shit, whatever, man. Hey, if these motherfuckers will pay for it. Or remember the whole pet rock thing? Like, motherfuckers were literally putting a rock in a box and selling that shit to people, and people were buying it, and it was their personal pet. They were taking care of it like a child. Like, this is the world that you live in. So I'm not gonna lie. When I first came in this space, this is like years ago, I used to kind of take offense to this shit because I'm like, I know these people can't be this fucking stupid. Like, you can't be this stupid to just either not know or not be able to comprehend some shit. But you can't be that stupid to think that I'm that stupid. Like, that's when it's like, yo, now I'm kind of insulted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm kind of insulted because not either you're a fucking idiot or you think that I am. Either way, I don't even see why the fuck we supposed to be having a conversation with each other right now. Like, this is abuse. Like, this is literal abuse. This is bully. Like, me talking to you is bullying. You know? I saw a fighter complex last night, right? I saw my AI photo. Hold up. Let me switch mics because I'm about to do some moving. But I saw my AI picture because he pops up on a fucking stream. And he tries to save somebody. When they pretty much and I tried not to make the dude look bad because that really wasn't my intention. I think the dude was a really good dude. You know what I'm saying? He just was talking about a lot of shit he didn't know. But I didn't even really listen to much of the stream. But I was in the thumbnail, and some other folks was in the thumbnail, and the title was "They Don't Know the Manosphere." Now, that shit is weird to me. That people believe that an algorithm on the internet, everybody's supposed to see things one motherfucking way or not understand shit. Look, I done been around for long enough to notice the patterns. The patterns and the fact that, just like Adrian Nicole said, it's the same shit on a different day over and over again. And I get it. It's just wash, rinse, repeat. But that's why I would tell folks, like, yo, if you just gonna do the same shit every fucking day, why don't you just go get a fucking job? Like, content creation is really not for you because there's a word in there that you're just totally forgetting. And that's creation, like creativity. Like, it's got to be something, man. Something new. I ain't saying you got to reinvent the wheel, but something new. People see that shit brings views and shit like that. Whether it's the fucking relationship topics, you know what I'm saying? The black men versus the black women, or whatever the fuck, all of the time. And what people are playing on, and it's extremely obvious, they're playing on the social awkwardness, and the introversion of people. You got a lot of socially awkward introverts that don't fucking go outside, have a lot of just, either a history of bad relationships or no fucking relationships, are extremely lonely, don't want to look in the mirror, don't want to do what's necessary to fix themselves. So it's easier to come on the internet and point fingers at other people. I understand that, and poke holes in their shit. Hey, I'm not knocking it. I'm just assessing the shit for what it is. And it's cool. I also understand that, hey, StreamYard links are no substitute for therapy. Therapy from a licensed, trained professional. For example, I don't know if MOT was just watching. I was actually on Sharon's panel for a brief moment, right? A brief moment. And like, it was very, very brief, right? And I got cut off by another woman that claims that she's some kind of fucking scholar or some shit. This PhD chick. Now, I'm not even going to roast the chick to holy hell because I've already done that shit. And to be honest, I feel extremely bad for somebody like this. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that likely tips the fuck out of their own goddamn scale. You know what I'm saying? Every time they stand on it. They're likely lonelier than a motherfucker. Probably have to order a fucking DoorDash every fucking night. You know, have to pay people just to fucking talk to them. And then damn sure gotta pay people to be around them. It's a shame. It's a shame. And I'm not even gonna roast the person. I really do feel bad for them. You know, I really do. But that's really as far as it goes. What the hell can you do for folks on the internet other than feel bad for them? Like, I can't fix you. It's amazing shit. But people still want to perpetuate that same old bullshit. Now, I see Uda on the go. Shout out to Uda, man. I saw your stream the other day. I was in the clouds for a little bit, had to turn away, and then I caught the replay, Uda. I don't know if you're still listening. I know you said you was just dropping in, right? But I think you getting a little glimpse of this shit. Because all you do is come through, give a little support, try to add to the conversation, and uplift those around you. And next thing you know, the same people that you be supporting and supportive of, they turn on your ass. Ain't that about a bitch? Don't you hate when that happens? Welcome to the space. People be so determined to argue, that they don't even realize when your ass is agreeing with them or you trying to support them. So you've been here long enough, Uda. You should know that shit. Now, whatever reasons people have for doing it, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate on that part. You know what I'm saying? I have my own assessment of the situation. That's just because I have experience in the world and I understand people. I've had, business relationships, friendships, intimate relationships that have gone well, gone south, gone well, then gone south. Shit happens. So I kind of understand the dynamics of people, but hey, I could be wrong. But you do understand that at this point, this space is going to attract a certain level of fucked up individual that really isn't going to be comfortable unless you're fucked up too. They're not going to be comfortable around you unless you're fucked up too, or unless they're in a group full of fucked up individuals. It's the space that you're in, or spaces. So we're past the point of trauma bonding. You passed that point. Now, stupidity is like this is a petri dish for stupidity. It's a festering fucking disease or epidemic. What they say, I heard that term when I was younger. Y'all are quagmired in the sea of hypocrisy type shit. But nah. But I understand that that's the game. That's one of the reasons why there were a lot of people that you saw in these spaces years ago. You don't even see them no more. They don't even bother with this shit. They don't bother. It's too many of them. It's like trying to fight the zombie apocalypse if you're trying to talk sense to a bunch of these folks. Eventually you're just going to run out of ammo, and it's too many of them. Your best bet is just to seek higher ground. Seek higher ground, find a bunker, get you some food, and hide.
Because I see something that I can go live and talk about or upload a video and talk about every fucking day over and over again. I see so much shit. If you guys saw either my file list for content or just like thumbnails that I've done and shit that I'm ready to fucking put out, I'm just like, you know what? I ain't gonna fucking bother, man. I ain't gonna bother. It's a waste. And not even because I'm concerned with people's feelings, but at this point I'm really concerned with the emotional well-being and mental stability of a lot of folks that might get wind of or see some of these videos that I do. Yo, these people are fucked up, man. I told you. When I said somebody like Anton Daniels is going to fucking fall hard, I didn't just mean him. You know, there's a lot of people in this bitch that once reality hits them, they are going to fall and fall hard. And if you tell them anything that's real about anything, man, imagine telling a fucking 40-year-old that Santa Claus isn't real and they've been believing that Santa Claus was real for the last fucking 40 years. They are fucked up, heartbroken. Their reality is shattered. And that's what you're dealing with. That's why I said a long time ago. I'm like, man, attention, y'all motherfucker, man, this social media shit, it's a drug. You know, it's a drug. And people are on this shit as an escape from reality. Because if they look in a mirror, motherfuckers, they're gonna lose their shit. So they just come back and log back onto this motherfucker, you know, and either delve into the persona that they've created on this bitch, or a lot of people haven't even created a fucking persona. They just find some channel that gives them confirmation bias and tells them everybody else is the problem and they're not the problem. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the like button. Share, subscribe. It's a damn shame. When in life, the only thing that you can actually fix is you. That's it. And you probably won't even be able to fix that. It's supposed to be a lifetime journey. You know? I'm old enough to remember when they used to have the after school programs, you know, on television. And then, you know, eventually they started having just like commercials. And they used to say, like, what's better than virtual reality? Actual reality. That's what's supposed to be better than virtual reality. But for a lot of these folks, nah, bro, actual reality is never going to be better than virtual reality, because actual reality is going to tell people who the fuck they are. Like, you got folks that are legit behind popping fucking bubbles with letters and avatars, scared as fuck, scared of what kind of pushback they'll get just based on what the fuck they have to live with every time they look in a fucking mirror. Like, they are scared to death of that shit. Like, oh shit, if people actually see what I look like, oh, my life is over. Holy shit, yeah. Like, that's a shame. That's a shame. What up, Truth? You kind of want what's best for people, but I don't know at this point what's actually best for people. You know, I think people on here are just fucked, bro. Like, they're just fucked. Like, this is some straight up Harry and Lloyd, Dumb and Dumber shit. Like, for real. And it's over. It's over. So I would have to agree what MOT said up here a while ago, and on multiple panels that he's been on too. He like, yo, this shit dead, bro. This shit dead. And I wouldn't even say that this shit is about clicks and views anymore. I don't even think it's just about a dopamine rush. I think people are just really that fucking stupid. And I said this a long time ago, long before I even came to YouTube. This shit, stupidity is a contagious fucking disease. Like you can only be around idiots but so long before you become one. Like, one of the questions that was posed to me before I was ceremoniously booted off of a panel, right? And I'm going to work on that, Gabe. Shout out to Gabe. Hey, I'm going to work on that. It's going to take some time to get the right people on different panels because, believe it or not, I believe that I actually have the capability to do it. Because I know a lot of people, both in real life, multiple different sectors, you know what I'm saying, that can talk about different topics and speak on it, with experience, with experience. But the thing is, a lot of people look for confirmation bias. So they think they be knowing what the fuck is going on. So the thing, they might not get a bunch of views. If you remember, I can remember, when Black Brain Trust used to have their streams, and very, very good, informative streams, great conversation, great discussion. But most people in these spaces, if they listen to that shit, the smoke will come out of their fucking ears and they're gonna turn away. So they're not gonna get many views, dude. They're just not. Like, this shit, it's like a club that got roaches, rats, mold on the walls, in the ceiling and shit. Skunky ass, fucked up house liquor, alcohol. But it's got a line around the corner. And the nice spot up the street. That has gourmet food, bed bugs and shit. The nice spot up the street. They got gourmet food on the menu. World-renowned DJ. It's clean, all up to code and shit. Don't nobody go in there. The shit boring. As they gonna say, that shit boring. That shit stupid. Ugh. Like, for real. I told you, it's real shit, man. It's like, if y'all remember that movie Idiocracy a long time ago. Like, who the fuck wants to watch a cinematic masterpiece? Fuck out of here. You can watch a movie called Ass, and that's all it is a camera going around a person's ass for 2 hours, and people will enjoy that shit. And again, I don't knock folks, man. Hey, man, whatever entertains you, man, whatever you want to spend your money on, whatever you want to put your attention into, that's your right to do that. He said, nah, hey, it's all good. She got a right to do that shit. If I wanted to come back, I could have just matched it. But to be honest, I didn't know what she sent, if anything. So I'm not gonna, just match a random ass amount, imaginary amount. And it's all good. I'm really not in the mood for a bounty war. you know what I'm saying, today, because chances are ain't nothing gonna be said. I'm gonna boot you, you're gonna boot me, I'm gonna boot you, then you're gonna boot me, and then I'm gonna boot you, and we really don't know what the fuck you're sending, because chances are ain't none of the fucking cash apps that you say that you're sending gonna hit the fucking screen. So whatever. Like it really doesn't make sense. Let this chick keep paying, because more than likely, just like these trick ass niggas in these spaces, this is a bitch that gotta pay for it too. Damn shame. Now I can understand why a lot of these niggas got a trick off, but for a motherfucker with a vagina attached to him that actually got a trick the fuck off and pay for play, that's a shame, man. And I ain't even roasting right now. You know? I ain't even roasting right now. I'm just being real. Like, that's a fucking shame, man. You know, that's why I be feeling bad for motherfuckers like that. You know? It's a shame. So, I mean, I believe it or not, I really do hope things work out, you know, for that person. I don't think they will. Some people, hey man, it's just too fucking late. I think you just like bitch like that, just too goddamn far gone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just too far gone. It's fucked up. You know, you ain't even old like that. Bitch probably ain't even hit 45 or 50 or none of that shit. But at this point, you know what I'm saying? You're just an old soul stuck in your ways. You're just well on your way to just being a mean old lonely lady. You know, like you well on your way to that shit. Nah, believe it or not, Gabe, nothing happened. I got kicked off of a panel. Okay, so I got bountied off of a panel for an undisclosed amount of money, so I couldn't match the shit because I don't know how much it was. But the question was posed to me of does it seem, because they were talking about this Houston rodeo thing, right? They were talking about this Houston rodeo thing. And the question was posed to me specifically of, do I feel as though, you know, black women get more scrutiny than anybody else? You know? So I said, hey, yeah, overall, I believe that black folks always get more scrutiny than other demographics for whatever the fuck it is that they do. That's just the game. So before I could really even finish it, when I said black folks, she said, yo, well, this ain't about black folks. This is about black women. I'm like, the fuck out of here, bro. I'm talking about black folks. I really don't think there's much of a difference when you're talking about public scrutiny. Black men get it. Black women get it. Black transformers get it. You know, like, that's it. They always say that shit. You know what I'm saying? They catch a cold, you know what I'm saying? We get C-19. Like that's just what the fuck it is, bro. No, that's just what the fuck it is. No, it is what it is. So people really don't want to have that conversation with me. Well, when it comes to that, I can guarantee you that. That's one of the reasons why I really don't get invited to these panels. And when I do pop up and they try to have that conversation with me, the conversation gets shut down really fucking quickly. For the simple fact that black folks have taken an exponential level of scrutiny since the beginning of documented history, more so than any other demographic on planet Earth. And because most demographics are judged by the state of their men, there's not been any level of scrutiny taken by anybody that to the level of the black man. It is what it is. So now, because, and this is just because of evolution and everything else, you know what I'm saying? Just, and when I say evolution, I mean the evolution of time. Human beings are still still pretty much the same physical human beings that they were, 100, 200 years ago. Understandable. But the evolution of time, the passing of time, when you have a community that's primarily, or a demographic that now the face of the demographic is either dudes wearing fucking dresses and wigs and shit, or it's women. Now they're taking that level of scrutiny, and it's not fair. Aw, it is what the fuck it is. Welcome to the goddamn world. Heavy is the head that holds the crown. If you want control, you want power, you believe that you're in charge, guess what? You will be scrutinized like any other leader is scrutinized. That's how it works. So I understand. Some things just ain't never really going to change. So the issue was with the Houston rodeo, how women coming with their asses out, all of that other shit, and folks don't like it. I understand where people are coming from when it comes to that whole rodeo thing and everything else. That's supposed to be a family atmosphere. They trying to raise money. Motherfuckers is out there trying to make money. So you're going to have, some folks that just understand, look, if we allow these fair weather spring breaking motherfuckers that are just here to turn some shit up 2-3 years from now, we ain't gonna have no motherfucking rodeo. We're just not. So we need to call this shit out. Like I said, it's just like a club, or a restaurant or whatever. If you let people come in, there's no dress code, you don't card motherfuckers at the door, no ID, no ID necessary, no entry fee, no dress code, none of that shit. You let people sell dope in the parking lot, you let chicks sell box in the back, you let people do whatever the fuck they want to do, they'll get your shit shut down, and then they'll just go find something else to go fuck up. Because people that don't have shit rarely give a fuck about your shit. That's the game. But as far as that scrutiny and all of that other shit, like, you don't give a fuck. Like, bro, if you still give a fuck, what up, Stacy? If you still give a fuck what it is that people say about you, and you actually give a fuck about your quote unquote scrutiny and ridicule and shit like that, man, you ain't ready for no motherfucking leadership or power or any of that shit in the world. Because just like I said, heavy is the head that wears the crown. That's it. If you think you're supposed to be loved or liked by all, but yet you want to sit up there and call the shots, you ain't prepared to call no shots. You ain't ready for war. You're not ready for battle. Because there's going to be pushback. That's what it is. You can make all of it, even from a level of, let's even take it back to a level of just parenting. Okay? It's just like being a fucking parent. You can do things that you know is in the best interest of your children, but they will fucking hate you for it. That's the game. But still got to make the decision because you're their parent. You're not their friend. Same thing goes if you're, going out here, in public, and you're expecting to be the voice or the face of an entire demographic and or community. It is what it is. There are people that are going to scrutinize the way you dress. They're going to scrutinize the way you talk. They're going to scrutinize your dealings with other people. They're going to scrutinize decisions that you made. It's just going to fucking happen. Sometimes you just got to stand on what the fuck you do. Like, whatever. We do what the fuck we do. We don't give a fuck what you think about it. It is what it is. You don't fucking cry about it. Like that shit be funny as fuck to me, man. So that's really where we are with that. You know? But you got a lot of folks that are just gonna stay a little mad, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna kind of internalize and personalize shit, even when you're on these panels, you know, talking about some shit that's generalized, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna turn that shit into something personal. You see a lot of people's like personal insecurities come out when you talk to them. Now, maybe that's because I'm a trained professional and I have to gauge a lot of shit just based on a 15 30-minute long conversation with people. I have to gauge shit about them, who they are, what their goals are, even if they don't know what the fuck they are. Like, I gotta figure that shit out. So it's just kind of like a just a personality trait of mine to be able to kind of assess that shit. So I understand when people are just longing to either be part of something or just trying to be, just trying to socialize, because let's just keep it real. Motherfuckers don't really socialize in real life. They go to events, family functions, parties, whatever the fuck, get-togethers with supposed friends and shit like that. And these motherfuckers can't work a room. And they don't think that's fair. For example, I was talking to the dude yesterday, on there, Azrael. And like I said, nice, respectful brother, but he didn't really know much of what he was talking about, and he couldn't really articulate himself very well. But, what I'm saying, very nice, respectable dude, but at the same time, I can understand why, somebody like that finds their way to these spaces. And it's a shame. And that's why these spaces do more bad than good. What's up, Nisha by Nature? Like, they just do more bad than good, because it's not even that they turn into echo chambers. People just come onto these panels, or they listen to these panels, and they just find, they just look for confirmation bias. That's it. They look for confirmation bias. It's like, okay, well, I don't fit in over here, so I'm gonna go over there, and I don't fit in over there, so I'm gonna go over here, and all of this other shit. And it's like, dude, this shit is that shit is a muscle, bro. You got to work that shit out, like, for real. Have some conversation with some folks. Talk about some shit. What up, Paulette? I'm gonna sit up here for about, let me see what the fuck I got on my schedule. Well, I got another hour. So here, I'll drop the link. Anybody want to come up, discuss some shit? But yeah, like I say, I don't know if the dude's, a dumbass or whatever. I really don't think so. I really didn't want to do that. I even had to say in the middle of the shit, like, man, look, it's gonna look like we bullying this dude because he clearly don't really know what he's talking about, and he's saying a lot of contradictory statements. Like, for example, you're gonna, every time I ask you a question as far as what your views are on something, you just tell me what political group you align with. Well, I'm more right-leaning conservative. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck about your politics, bro. Like, I'm talking to you about you, bro. What the fuck, bro? And maybe that's just me. I grew up in a day and age where you really didn't even discuss politics and religion with strangers, because it's something that can be extremely triggering, and divisive. So you can actually get to know somebody and become good friends or acquaintances or even business partners with people without having a clue who the fuck they voted for. So that's what you're telling me. But he said, yeah, he's about America first and all types of other things. But then you also talking about, hey, you want to move over to the south of France and keep your American job and put money into France's economy. Well, hey, again, you can do whatever you want with your money, man. That's on you, man. Like I say, burn it, wipe your ass with it, do whatever you want. Who am I to tell you wrong? I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm just saying your statements are contradictory because you say you're about America first, but yet you're going to take American dollars and dump them into a foreign economy. How much sense does that make? Extremely contradictory. And because it makes absolutely no sense, it almost tells me that your talking points are not yours. They're someone else's that were given to you. Which tells me that as a man, you lack substance. Which is something only you can gain. A YouTube panel can't give it to you. Internet videos cannot give you that shit. Like, you actually have to go and get that on your own. Like, on your own. But you got a lot of people that find their identity based on their affiliations rather than who they are, what they've done, or what they've accomplished, or even their own failures. People's identity is based on who the fuck they're affiliated with. That's why you hear a bunch of motherfuckers on this bitch talking about, oh, I'm conservative, or I'm liberal, or I'm far right, or I'm right leaning, I'm conservative and liberal and Democrat and Republican, and I believe in this. Fuck out of here, bro. If I want to hear from the Hodge twins, I'll watch the Hodge twins channel. If I want to hear from Tommy Sotomayor, I will watch Tommy Sotomayor's channel. If I'm talking to you, I'd like to talk to you. But for real, these panels are almost pretty damn scripted. So when you got a guy like me that will come onto these panels and I refuse to follow the script, like I just refuse. Well, I mean, with all due respect, Big J, I've had some conversations with him before on a few panels. And the goal wasn't to cook him, but I mean that's gonna happen when somebody doesn't really know what it is they're talking about. Like that's gonna happen, and it'll delve into the realm of bullying, bro. And that's what I'm talking about. You know, it's rough. Like, bro, if you got somebody with some fucking common sense talking to somebody that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about, it's not fair. It's just really not fair. But believe it or not, it's not just Azrael. Like, it's most of these fucking panels. Like, if you get on a panel with 8 motherfuckers on it, usually, if you're trying to have, an intelligent discussion about a specific topic or something, and you speak from a certain knowledge, you've done some research or something like that, more than likely 7 of them people aren't going to know what they're talking about, and they're going to try to spin the same fucking narrative over and over again. Bro, you can be talking about anything, okay? You can be talking about finance. You can be talking about geodynamics, and you got niggas that's gonna be like, well, the issue is these black women in these single mother led households. I was like, what the fuck? The fuck? Is that the only thing? Is that the only conversation you know how to have, bro? Well, yeah. Let me explain why. Like, and then, you got motherfuckers talking about the goddamn Houston rodeo or some shit like that. And then you got other people that's going to make it, well, this is an attack on black women. Like, look, I did the stream and talked about Magic City Monday, being canceled for the Atlanta Hawks. And you got people on the internet saying that this is racist because the NBA chose not to align themselves with a strip club, with a titty bar. They're like, yo, that's racist. It's almost like these body camera videos a nigga break down. Like, I break down these body camera videos, and on each one of them, you'll catch a motherfucker shoplifting, stealing all types of shit out of Walmart. And then when the cop decides to take him in the back for questioning and shit and put him in cuffs, they're like, yo, this is racist. It's like, no, you just got caught stealing, motherfucker. Nothing racist about it. Now, D Chicago, wasn't nothing fake news about it. Ain't nothing fake news about it. Yeah. They actually tried to do that shit and then cried racism when the shit was canceled. When in actuality, your fucking city that you love so much has an NBA team. And the only way y'all can sell out the fucking arena is if you affiliate with a strip club. That's a shame. That ain't got nothing to do with racism. Y'all obviously don't have a problem with buying tickets on a Monday night. It's just your team sucks so goddamn bad that the only way you can sell tickets is if you affiliate with a strip club. That's bad. That's bad. That's horrible marketing. You know what I'm saying? That's a horribly run organization. The team obviously hasn't done a good job of acclimating themselves with the city, even though it's been in that city for damn near 50 years now, or maybe even over 50 years. I don't know what, I'm not going to look it up, but, the Hawks moved from St. Louis, I believe, either in the late 60s or, mid 70s or something like that. So it's damn near 50 years. And the only way you can sell out an arena is to align with Magic City? The fuck? And sell Magic City sweatshirts? Damn shame. Maybe it has to do with the fact that y'all traded Luka Doncic on draft night for a wet noodle midget in desperate need of a sandwich named Trae Young that don't even play for you no more. And Luka Doncic over in LA balling right now, by the way. Because, this racist. Yeah, y'all didn't want a white boy as the face of your team. And that white boy balling right now. Horribly run organization, man. Horrible. But that's what they do. Everything's always on some racial shit. Same shit with the WNBA. They're like, this is an indictment versus women. Y'all don't want women to get paid. No, don't nobody buy your fucking tickets. Nobody wants to see y'all play. Your league is a marketing atrocity. You lose money. That's why y'all don't get paid. And now they about to not even have a league. This shit about to be over. Shit was finally on an upward trajectory. And now they ain't about to have a league. Talking about pay us what you owe us. What the fuck? What you want? Revenue sharing? Yeah. If y'all actually had revenue sharing like the NBA has, y'all would owe money. But y'all wanna play in the biggest arenas. Those shits require leases. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ladies want maternity leave and shit. You know? Yeah. They gotta pay for this shit. Okay? Y'all wanna fly private. They gotta pay for this shit. It's not that it's not fair because you're women. It's that your league loses money. Nobody sees that shit. Even when you talk about the Jasmine Crockett thing, which is what Uda just alluded to. You know, Big J did that. Now, I get it, but you're talking about politics, right? When you have horribly ran campaigns, a lot of times people lose. What up, Juju? Like, that's the game. And sometimes you can have a well-ran campaign and still fucking lose. Because you still need people to go into the booth and vote for you. Like, it is what it is. What up, New? Shout out to Sheep Stay Sleep in the building. What up, Sheep?
Yo, Ant, what's good, bro?
Salute, bro.
Chilling, man. Chilling. How you?
I'm just up here ranting.
Yeah. Man. Hey, bro. That's why, honestly, that's why I made, my exit from this YouTube shit. Because at the end of the day, bro, if we really about progress, at some point, this shit has to leave the space. At some point, the work has to be done.
Give me a second, Sheep. You keep cooking. I'm gonna be right back.
Yeah, outside of having this conversation that people been having for the past 20 years on the internet, at this point it's just mental masturbation. It's just shit that people want to hear because it make them feel good while they listening. But nobody's actually doing the work to accomplish what it is that's spoke about on these panels. And if that's not happening, bro, at some point people just got to realize they just wasted a lot of years of their life when they could have been actually doing the shit that they talking about. 4 years go by fast. 5 years go by fast. In those years, people could have went and got certifications. People could have went and got degrees and been in the field doing the things that they want to do as far as making a change. But what I notice is this YouTube shit is a place where people like to talk about shit that they never gonna do. Or they like to talk about other people. So that's why, man, I got on up out of here, man, because at the end of the day, guys like me and you, we're very underappreciated. We're very underappreciated. And it's simply because we actually came here with some real content. And it's not that it's not being accepted. It's just that people really don't care about it because it's too much rooted in reality. And when a lot of your content is rooted in reality, and you're in virtual reality, a lot of times people not gonna get what you're saying. And a lot of times what people do on here is they tend to ostracize people who they think are not popular or who's not down with the get down. So at the end of the day, people like that, if you realize you one of those types of people, man, you just gotta keep it moving. You know, get on off this YouTube shit and live your life and do the things that you claim you were gonna do, or live the life that you claim you represent. And that's all you could do at the end of the day, because you can't make nobody believe nothing on the internet anyway.
Nah, that's facts. What up, MOT?
Yeah, what's going on, man? I have to co-sign, man. People came to escape reality, man, and that's what they turned it into. And turns out it was a lot more of those people than there was us here. And you can't feel bad for people who've chosen who've chosen this. You know, it's a choice. Remember, everybody came here with a clean slate. You know, so what I use the space as now, what what I use the space as now, Auntie, it's a value system. They have bought into a value system when they came here. There ain't nothing wrong with these people. They can find people who are doing well in their community. They can find people who are doing well on their block. They can find that, but they came expressly to the internet to escape reality. And these are not just people who are just down, broken down bad. We're talking about this is the rank and file working class dude who's doing this shit. And you got mediocre men. I'm talking about extremely mediocre men who's running this shit on these dudes. Extremely mediocre. Like, look, they would never listen to. I mean, I couldn't name names, but fill in the blank. They would never listen to if somebody walked in their community and they told you about some negotiating table with women. That dude be ran out the community. It's like, what are you talking about? If you'll have somebody walk up telling you, you know, retired ex-male strippers and shit trying to tell you about body game, and these motherfuckers ain't married, they ain't got no proof of shit. They just sitting here just talking to the LDNs, man. Talking to the lost dumb niggas. That's all they got. It's trying to recreate the problems of yesterday so that way they can still have a voice. And a lot of these people are willing to fall for it as long as there's no progress. That's what they actually are. They don't want any progress unless the conversation is focused on them. That's what they want. And you have to be okay with the fact that, look, man, I'm not gonna be able to help these dudes. Because at the end of the day, if they wanted help, they know how to get it. These people want to escape. And if you keep putting stuff down and the only thing they do is just keep escaping, you just gotta leave the door open and let that dog run on out the yard. It don't want to be in the yard. Dude, they rejected traditional masculinity. They rejected like logical progression. How can you help men like that? You can't help men like that. You throw away people like that and you leave them thrown away. But at the end of the day, they found comfort in these people online who want to pander to their feelings, man. Who want to pander to their circumstances and everything else. And these are other people who are underperforming men do this shit. This is why underperforming men do very well at this YouTube shit. Because it's not based in reality. It's based on pure ignorance. If you let somebody in 1 second, you can dismantle most conversation. But the problem is, your ass will be bounded off the panel before you can stop the fun. And they found a way to monetize their own non-progression, which I've never seen a group of people do. But that's where we at, man. And you gotta let these dudes go, man. Like I found people I could work with in real time. Like being around this manosphere stuff have helped me see the actual way that I can quickly see if somebody's on some nonsense or whether or not they are actually looking for change. And I process those people extremely quickly. I've taken like some of the worst people in the worst grown circumstances who was ready for some change, instantly got some money in their pocket, instantly separated from circumstances, instantly stopped thinking and caring about WABT, you know, what a bitch thinks, and WABD, what a bitch does, and just get your shit straight so that way you can have your own freedom. So that way you ain't looking for your freedom at the end of your hard dick, piping down some 800-pound bitch and thinking you're a man because of it, right? The real masculinity is motherfucking the ability to separate and not worry about nobody else's shit. Not walking around being community minded for people that never gave a fuck about you. But they rejected all that shit too. I'm just saying at this point, it's a value system. They've chosen their value system, and you got to let them have it. You can't talk them out of it. This is some shit they wanted to do, man. I don't know what else to say, but that's just what it is at this point, man.
I totally agree, MOT. And the reason why it's going to stay is because the men have found a way to monetize
Yes, they
the
have.
mediocrity.
Yes, they have.
They found a way to monetize mediocrity because that's exactly what they're doing. And to the guys, you know, to the guy over there that wear blouses, you know, he's just finding a way to pay his bills.
Yes.
So
Because like that retirement don't pay like it used to. I used to be part of the retirement system. That shit don't pay
right.
shit. And you in California?
Oh
No,
no.
no, that shit don't pay anything. I mean, I get Tierson Johnson's new curve to just trying to gather all the lost, dumb, ninjas, Pokemon by talking about all this stupid ass shit that he ain't trying to fix. And,
Right.
and it's like, I get it. This is why these underperforming men are on this shit. Because they trying to dare us to walk in and come take their microphone away from them and cut their internet off. And I mean, even if we did that, these dudes would just go find someone else to go do it with. It isn't about what's here. They're going to find somebody else to do this with.
Yeah, yeah.
Dude, how long you been here? 7
Long
years at
time.
least, right? 7.
Yeah.
It got to be 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
Dude, at the end of the day, these people should have been learning history, been participating, been got their shit together. Dude, 8 years is enough to get yourself, dude, 2 years for an associate's, 3.5 for a bachelor's, maybe 5.5 for a master's. Dude, you can go from an apprentice, union, dude, you could go up like, dude, you could have been over like $100,000 a year. Like, dude, how many times I'm pretty sure he's around here, Shaka Nulu, have kept telling dudes to get in the union shit.
Yep.
Kept telling people to get into it.
During the apprenticeship
Dude,
program.
Yes. Pointing it out. I've been pointing it out.
You have.
Dude still didn't do it. I came online and I told people, do not do this. If you're going to be in trucking this way. If you just want to own one truck, just do that. You can make $300,000-$400,000 a year. You could be chilling. You don't have to get multiple trucks. You could just get one. Guess how many people showed up to that? Dude, I probably gave that shit out to probably 250 people. You know how many people actually completed it? 5. 5 out of 250. These are the people not just listening to the shit for pretending they're getting their shit together. We're talking about people who I actually sent the shit to and they actually went and bought a truck and they did shit, but they did the wrong shit with the money. The first thing they got to deal with the money, they tried to correct their self-esteem by getting them one of these bust downs, the old definition of bust downs, and fucking up their whole life because they wanted to fix their self-esteem with somebody who they should never have been fixing their self-esteem with, by being cheered on by these exact same people who's selling this dating coach and all this other bullshit. At the end of the day, man, dude, these people could never have been helped. Dude, they came to our space to shut it down. They came in to shut it down. What do you mean progress? Dude, they came to shut it down. Like, dude, people said that they couldn't listen to Red Pill content unless it came from a woman. Dude, what is that? Like, dude said that out of their mouth. Yeah. It's like, dude, people are showing up to Manosphere meetups to these Hillshire Farm sausage fests to listen to Obsidian. Talk them to get them into IT. A person who haven't worked in 20 years. What is this?
As a grown man, couldn't pay a light bill. The cheapest bill in the house.
God damn.
The cheapest bill in the house.
Collected hundreds of dollars a day, but said that he couldn't pay his fucking internet. $55 Comcast. $55.
How much is a light bill? $100?
Shit, $100 and something.
$100 for a haircut now.
God, and it's like, dude, at the end of the day, they're trying to gaslight people who got their shit together into come fixing their shit. And that ain't happening.
Yeah,
Oh no. Don't waste none of your time and none of your money. Look, if they can't listen, they definitely ain't gonna follow no directions.
that's a fact. That's a fact.
If they can't listen,
But
they can't follow no directions. If you don't know anything about the basic history of the country to which you live, I don't know what you're doing here. Because you better have some progression. Look, there's a lot of bad places in this country where you can live at. I'm from Mississippi. Let me tell you, you had better have some level of progression that has not been stopped by fucking child support.
hmm
Because child support is some optional shit. You didn't have to get yourself a Waffle House smash and fuck your whole life up. But a lot of these dudes want to do that shit because they want to
exactly.
crash and burn. Then they want to blame the woman for it. That shit's crazy.
Crazy. It goes, but
Bro,
it goes back to the same thing I was slain, demonized, and excommunicated out of the manosphere for, which was telling men to address their trauma. When I told men to address their trauma, because I'm the one who started all this therapy talk. I was the first one around here telling black men to go to therapy. When I was telling black men that, they was calling me all types of names. They were saying I was purple pill. They were saying I'm not really manosphere. I don't know what I'm talking about. Black men don't need to heal. But you just said that you know men that took your advice, went, started their trucking business, and blew it all on what? Their trauma. Blew it
the
all on the
very
shit that
first
they
dude,
never addressed. The shit that
dude,
they
listen,
never
man, they didn't even
addressed.
move out of their mama's house. They never moved out of their mama's house. They ruined their life inside the same circumstances where they was. Bro, they didn't get no new apartment, no new place to stay, none of that. As soon as they
Heal
got
before
point
you
oh oh
build.
oh money in the bank,
Heal
bro, you
before
can't
you
help nobody
build.
like that.
Heal before you build. You can go get a therapist with a
You know who
goddamn
was talking
medication.
that before you though? Before he switched up, you wouldn't believe it, but C Boogie was the first person who was talking about that shit. When he first got his channel, he was talking about that, him and the Gone. Until, ARC interview and he switched up to the Dom game division shit.
Because he
And,
wasn't, because he was doing that,
he shit
because
out the
he was
window.
doing that to get women. I wasn't. I was doing that to actually help
Correct.
men. Because the whole time I was preaching it, I
Yeah.
was in a relationship. See, Boogie was a single man sleeping at the gym. That's the difference.
Yeah.
He was saying it to attract
But
women. I was saying it to
yeah,
get
he
men
was, man.
to realize that there's something missing that we're not addressing, because there's a lot of successful men, but when you actually see them sit on these couches and you hear them talk, their main problem is a woman. Their main problem is their own identity as men, because they've used things like success and their money and those things to identify themselves, and not them being straight up, stand up, respectful men. That's and I
Yeah.
saw that in the space. That's what made me bring it to the space. Because see, remember at the beginning of all this MOT, it was men in this space who had money. It was men who had businesses. And it was men here who was trying to transition men from here to the real world to actually get the work done. Over time, a
But they
lot of
shut
these
the portal
bombs
down though.
came. Yeah.
Yep.
The bombs
Yeah, man, they
came
shut
in
that portal down real
after a
quick.
while to shut those guys out. To shut those
Yeah.
guys out. And that is what made me come up with heal before you build. See, Boogie was talking that therapy shit because that's what he got from a girl. He got that from a woman.
Yeah, yeah.
He didn't,
But
he didn't,
but at the end of
he
the day,
didn't realize
he
that
super switched
he
over
needed to heal
and
himself.
he super got out of that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but at the end of the day, that wasn't what made the views came in,
No,
and
no.
that's what a lot of these people came here to fix themselves with YouTube popularity. Like, I'm not sure what the hell YouTube
Mm,
popularity is supposed to fix if you already
mm.
got problems
There you
before
go.
you was able to do that. Like, listen,
There
man,
you go.
I wasn't a popular dude in high school. You know what I'm saying? I had no problem with it. Had to work. Why? You know, grandparents were sharecroppers. I had duties and responsibilities, but
Mhm.
I got to know what being a grown up was about. Cause yeah, like my parents and grandparents did not let some randos just get close. Like, no, you're gonna be on this right here. She gonna be on some birth control. Have as much
Mhm.
as you want to, but just
Mhm.
this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. They protected us from these um, predators around here. These because guess
Right.
what? I had older cousin predators like BGS, like Tia Son,
Hmm.
like Rom Wheels. Like, dude, these dudes were all over the community
Hmm.
trying to hound you out over fat bitches and shit. So that way they can control your little motherfucking ass. Have you running drugs and shit. Pretend to be
Yep.
your
There you
motherfucking
go.
family and shit. Like that type of weird ass fake shit.
There you go.
Right?
Turn you into
That
a pimp.
yes. So that way you could just take care of that baby mama and their responsibilities. While they
Yep.
sit here and guide you through a whole bunch of mess that you never gonna get out of.
Yep.
It is and the thing is it's so granulated right now that these buses are not even messing with the women that they're sicking these dudes on. They're not
Nope.
even messing with these women. They don't even know how to address nor talk about these women. And the thing is, they're giving the playbook right in front of women, so that way the women can see exactly who these dudes are, and they tear their ass to pieces as soon as they walk through the door. And I
Bro,
fully endorse
they
women
said
tearing these
they
dudes the
said I was
fuck
wrong for
up.
that MOT, bro. They got on my case about that. I was like, bro, y'all creating a bunch of marks out this motherfucker, man. Um, and yeah, you got dudes doing it, but you also got women helping them. They be championing these chicks, just
Yes,
telling these dudes what the fuck they want to hear, which is a load of bullshit. It's just a bunch of
like, dude, man,
bullshit, you know.
you have a bunch of clones of like, the bullshit that Shahrazad Ali was on, trying to give you talk mad shit about the people that she's a part of, and then give you some specialized guide to learn how to deal with the bullshit that she's trying to get you into. Like stupid shit. Like motherfuckers just don't even understand that dude. All that stuff is all gone. You're going to have to start over with culture people. Are there people you're gonna be able to deal with in this society? Yes, but it's gonna be very few. But if you actually think that you're gonna run this game on people who have game ran on them since they were 6 years old, and you about to walk out of here unscathed, dude, you got another thing coming. These dudes know they sending your ass into the wood chipper. They know, and they got the boxes pre-selected with your name on it on the other side of it. Crazy. Like when I was a part of AMS's group, uh, Facebook group, I just wanted to see the dumb shit that was going on in there. These dudes trying to get rotations and all this stupid shit. Guess what happened when these motherfuckers got somebody pregnant? Everybody fucking excommunicated them and pretended like this motherfucker didn't exist when he had real world fucking problems. Shit was crazy, but you can't really say shit because they went to the gym, they got their shit together, all to spend it on some motherfucker who just took their ass down the fucking rabbit hole. It didn't even understand how much power that they had before they gave it away. Until they gave it away, and now they wanted all the power back, and now there was nobody to talk to about what they was actually going through when they didn't come here with these problems. This is a psychological issue that they're trying to fix with content and popularity. It's nuts. It's insane.
Well, just like you said, people already got problems, but people want to address the symptom of the problem. Sheep was up here when I sat here for hours trying to explain it and got argued down. Where I was like, bro, success is not a byproduct of money. Money is a byproduct of success. You know,
Bingo.
so you can have all the money in the world, but if you a fool and you don't have substance and you don't
Oh man.
understand just basic things about being a just an intelligent person or a people person, man, somebody gonna take that shit from you, man, or you
And,
just
and,
gonna live
and
an
here's the
empty life.
thing. It doesn't even take that long for it to happen. It's like, we have like, these common areas where, people who do got their shit together have separated from society. You got these ran throughs trying to come in there and trying to do that shit. And guess what? Every single man that they touch, they destroy. Every single one of them. And it don't take that much time to do so. But at the end of the day, these dudes could have picked from the social circle, but no, he wanted something shiny and something to show off to people. Again, trying to fix their self-esteem with these people who ain't who who looking to wreck. They looking to wreck. Their life was wrecked. They got like these, Kevin Samuel call in women type of, circumstances, and they think they just gonna game their way through that. Like, nah, dude, you're not about to game your way through that alligator death row, man. 100 million years undefeated. You ain't about to get out of that shit. But you gotta let dudes go through it, and you gotta not listen to them after they go through it too. because then they want to blame her when they didn't even have her problems before they came here. They
And
didn't even know how to
I,
even
I
interact
just
with
want to address
them
this
before they
comment
came
right
here.
here. Shout out to
Yeah.
Juju. But she said, I don't care what y'all say. I miss the Cynthia G in the community. At least she kept it real with her shit. No, she kept it
What?
half real. She called out dusty ass. Yeah, she called them dusties,
And
worthless
then she got
niggas that
pregnant
ain't
by one.
building shit.
Then
But
she
the
got
part
pregnant
where
by
she
one.
didn't keep it real was that those are the niggas who she be fucking on. Okay? And she wouldn't have it any other way. So that's what she need to keep it real. Like, yeah, we want them niggas. Just say, hey, those are the niggas we want. It's cool. You know. So
And
if
The
look,
she'd have
young
kept it
girl,
real about that, hey, things would have made a little bit more sense.
the young girls say it today, and I know because I work in a mental health facility, right? So I ain't bragging, but the shit that I represent on YouTube, I do now as a career. So the young girls
good for
in
you,
in
man.
in the facility, appreciate it, man, appreciate it. The young girls in the facility, they just come out and tell the truth. Guess what they say, fellas? I want a reform street nigga.
Whew.
That's all Cynthia G and the rest of these females want. Reform street niggas. They want a nigga who still walk around, carry a gun, act like a street nigga, still throw it up with his homeboys, but could come home and not get shot at night. That's all.
Oh well, I mean, and I tell people, and even personnel who, because I have a lot of women on my dad's side of the family who's with that shit. Like, yeah, none of them survived that trip. None of them survived that trip. And no, I got a bunch of cousin older simps who go out here and try to defend these people. I'm like, man, I ain't defending shit. I ain't protecting nobody. Fuck that. You need protection. Go call the fucking police. That's their job to walk in here in unfuckwithable circumstances to come rescue your ass out of. That ain't what I'm here for. Look, you picked them, you chose them. Look, some people take their animal loving to the next level, man. And once you take it to that next level, I can't help you. Can't help you. Lost cause. That's on you. Yep. And a lot of men have to be like, being a synthetic version of what they want is not gonna help either. They're gonna smell that shit on you. They smell fakeness, especially a fake version of what they actually want. Dude, they smell that shit a mile away. And a lot of these dudes think, oh well, you know what? I'm just gonna sit here and keep this up. Like, bro, not gonna keep that up. You got to be healthy enough yourself to say that I don't want damaged equipment. I don't want damaged equipment. I don't want previously plowed on fields. There's nothing wrong with that.
But MOT, how you gonna say you don't want damaged equipment when you are damaged equipment?
No, 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 no.
And
You
I'm just
got to
saying that,
be
that's most
you
of
you
these niggas
you got to be
issues.
yeah, 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 yeah. But the thing is that they don't appeal to actual women either. I know this. I've seen these dudes actually come in contact with women, and they run down like the manosphere kind of diatribe of body counts and stupid shit like. And it's like, dude, you running her up out of there as quickly as you bring her on. And it's like, look, at this point, these dudes ain't fucking with those women anyway. So I'm not even worried about it. Like all these dudes complain about women, they need to be complaining about women because they shouldn't have access. At this point, the dudes are not procreating the next generation of idiots. That's what's different now. But before we had R&B music, there was like processing center these dudes up in there. Now there is no type of music that's gonna help you get access now. If you ain't got your shit together, you just not gonna get on. That's just what it is. And it's not great, and it's not 100% effective, but it's definitely more effective than it was in the 90s.
I'll agree. No, I was talking to well, dude. It's a shame, man. Dude was only like 30 years old or whatever. But yesterday, I just asked him, tell me something. Like, what are your views on this? He kept saying, oh well, I'm conservative, right leaning, this and that. I'm kind of like, okay, so what would I get what you agree with, but can you tell me what you either don't agree with from that side or even from the other side? Like what you agree with, what you don't agree with. The dude couldn't say nothing.
No, because
He couldn't
because
say
at the end
anything.
of the day, if he was from Mississippi, he would have been stomped to sleep. Right after he said that he couldn't name anything, and why you over there with the white hat on, with the white robe on, and trying to pretend. I'm like, bro, listen, they control everything. And guess what they did when they controlled everything? They didn't take away feminism. They didn't correct men's rights. The only thing they did was sat around, started another war, and made a bunch of fucking money. They have full control now. I don't want to hear this conservative shit no more. They have full control over everything, just like they had in 2006. They did the same exact thing. They ramped up. I mean, the war started before then, but they ramped up privatizing the military and all that kind of other shit. So right now, I don't want to hear this shit. Like at the end of the day, this is your country, and I don't care what side you pick. You better be able to know the history of what side that you picked and know what is actually going on. Because trying to come out here and fake in front like you over there with Pete Hegseth when they just started a fresh war, I don't see these dudes signing up for it. Because I know I ain't signing up for it, and I'm a veteran and I ain't signing up for that shit. No. End of the day, these dudes just want to be wanted. They want to be wanted by somebody, and they don't care who it is. They just want to be used. They want to be abused. They want to get up out of here a certain type of way, and the woman ain't accepting them. But they spent their whole life trying to appeal to something that has never appealed to them. So what they're doing is they're walking around trying to be controlled by whoever's going to take them, and there are no takers. There are no takers for lost men. Yeah, you can spend your money on BGS and Tia Son Johnson and all these motherfuckers all you want to. The moment you turn that internet off, you still got to face the real world. That's why these dudes are online 18, 19 hours a day. They can't stand reality. They can't stand it. Because the moment they have to address their own issues, crickets. But they will listen to somebody search the whole internet for some random woman to complain about that don't even live in a city, talking about how she can't find a good dude. Fuck out of here. That woman has a phone, a whole phone full of 100 phone numbers and cash apps, still telling you that she can't find a good dude. Man, fuck out of here. That ain't got nothing to do with you. Waiting on these women to suffer, dude. You're gonna be a waiting motherfucker. It's too many motherfuckers who's willing to listen to them. If they have the inability to want to get their whole shit straight, you're the fucking enemy. Fuck out of here. Nothing to talk to these dudes about. Not at this point. No, sir. I am not trying to listen to these dudes talk about a motherfucking thing. If you ain't talking about trying to build yourself, like the healthcare professional on the panel who listened to the shit and actually did something, went around to people who was trying to tell y'all the right fucking thing earlier, and these people didn't even want to follow the simple advice, DS1, man. They didn't even want to fix them. They just want to be accepted the way that they are, dude. That ain't how men work. That whole
Nah,
accept me as I am is some bitch shit. Why the
that's
fuck would
female shit.
why? God damn, bro, why the fuck would you, dude? What type of woman who has her shit together would accept me not in fucking condition to be able to go out and produce? That's not a good woman. So these dudes want
That's what I
women
was
that
just
are
about
not
to say.
good.
That's an ain't shit chick that wants you at your lowest and wants to keep you there. You know, like trust me. What happens when you ain't low no more?
Yeah. Yeah, like the type of bitch that'll hide your keys to the best interview you ever had in your fucking life and sit there and smile in your motherfucking face while she do so. That's the type of woman that they fucking want. Why? Because they want an endless set of problems to complain about, and they don't want the responsibility of getting their shit together. They don't want their responsibility of being an actual fucking man. So fuck them dudes. Listen, man, you can listen to them weak ass motherfuckers all you want to. Those are the only people that's gonna give you a level of brevity. I ain't giving you none of that shit. I'm gonna hold you all the way fucking responsible for the circumstances that you keep your weak ass in. Dude, I ain't wasting no more of my motherfucking time trying to help these stupid motherfuckers who know what the right thing is but choose to do wrong, man. Fuck that. Man, fuck that. Treat
Because
them like they're doing it on purpose.
I'm gonna tell you what it is, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. A lot of these men don't want to admit that they're afraid. A lot of these men spiritually are little boys. They're afraid to they don't have a lot of courage. See, what they do is they talk a lot of shit to make you think they have courage or that they are brave, but they're not, because the first step of bravery is when you a little kid and you willing to not be picked. You willing not to follow the crowd. You willing not to go when they saying, yo, we going over here to break windows. And you say no. That's the first step of bravery. That's the first step of courage. Not being a follower. Men, listen to that. The first step of you showing courage and bravery in your life is not having a fight, nigga. It is you denying being a follower. It is you saying, no, that is not me. That's not for me. I'm me. I'm staying right here. I don't break windows. I don't throw rocks. That's the first step. Because what that shows is that you know yourself and you're not willing to act outside of yourself to be accepted.
And here's the other thing. That's even more important to that. Just admit that your life is on the wrong track and you need help getting on the right track. I had to do it. Look, ain't above not talking about it. Look, there's a bunch of times my stuff was not going in the right direction. You know what I had to do? I had to had to stop being seen, take some time off, and roll with people who was actually going somewhere, and actually do it 24 hours a day, not just 1 or 2 hours a day during the live stream. But once the live stream or the hangout is over with, I had to go to school. I had to do everything else that everybody else was doing. I thought that shit was special. It wasn't special. The shit was normal, fucking normal, to go get your shit together and not have no fucking problems. It was fucking normal. It wasn't special. Like the idiots treated that shit like it was special. Why? Because they just wanted to see how weak you was. So that way, when you fail, you can go wash your ass right back into them dumb motherfuckers around, man. Fuck that. End of the day, bro, go fix your own shit. And if you're not happy with closing that fucking door and hearing fucking silence, then you got other fucking problems.
I got the pushback when I said the best thing for a lot of these dudes was solitude.
Yes.
You know, just solitude, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Like, dude, I'll tell them motherfuckers, man, hey, man, don't let alcohol, don't let beer, don't let whiskey, don't let cocaine, pills, meth, coke, whatever. Don't let that shit motherfucker run your goddamn life. Don't even let it in your life. Ain't nobody made it out of that shit. But you got all these expired pimps and dinosaur Macs who lost the bitches online trying to fucking tell you how to correct your life. These people ain't even got custody of their own motherfucking kids that they see, but they trying to minister to like the youth, man. That's some evil ass shit. It ain't even bad. It ain't even wrong. It's fucking evil.
Yep, it is.
But at the end of the day, a lot of dudes think that they want to be bad. They think they gonna appeal to somebody by just being bad. You can't be bad and weak. It still take courage to be bad. Believe me. I've seen it. For real. Especially in law enforcement. These dudes ain't cut out for that lifestyle. Dude, you can easily get your shit together, leave these dumb motherfuckers alone, and fix your own shit. There's less shit to deal with. I bet these people can't even tell you what they even like to do. What is their true hobby that ain't got shit to do with watching dumb motherfuckers online or chasing women? I guarantee you they couldn't even tell you what the fuck they like to do. What's their favorite city to go to and why do you go there? People don't even know the basic shit about reality, but they obfuscate all that shit for some narrative well return on investment that ain't gonna fucking happen. They ain't never seen that shit return on investment to nobody. Nobody. And they still follow the shit anyway. And the moment they fuck shit up, they want to stop everybody else's progress and be put toward the front of the line. Nah, yo, you gotta get to the back of the line like everybody else. It's like, when we went back to Mississippi and started getting people into the skilled trades and shit, the first dudes that was hopping up was the dudes who was on the fucking corner stores. Yeah, the corner store hustlers who was trying to shut the shit the fuck down. The same way they came into the manosphere to shut it down. These people love this community shit the way it is. They're not trying to change the community. They're not trying to get with decent human beings. They ain't trying to create different circumstances. These dudes trying to create what's here. They trying to be a part of what's already here. And you can't help them. And you need to stop thinking that you're going to be able to reach these people. You ain't reaching these fucking people. They're already done. The only thing you can do, they want you to waste your time. The motherfuckers sit there and smile in your fucking face while you talk to them about regional and rational fucking shit. Dude, they'll sit there and smile in your fucking face and watch you waste your fucking time when you could be all going to pre-sifted dudes that are already ready. Because I tell you what, the moment you isolate that motherfucker and leave him by his fucking self, that's when he really gonna have the time to start thinking about shit. When he's there alone, figuring out why the fuck everybody else moving, but he ain't or she ain't. You got to stop hanging out with motherfuckers who ain't trying to get their shit together, dude. Fuck that. Nah. It's time to work with the kids and the motherfucker who's trying some shit. Let's try that shit. That ain't been tried. Let's do that shit. I've been having amazing success, regardless of where these people was raised at. The moment that they seen the end of the fucking story, where they didn't have to be codependent upon the motherfucker for success or for relevance or for this social media cloud shit, man, them dudes off to the races. We got dudes being like travel nurses and shit, making like 80 and 90 fucking dollars, $150 an hour. Their parents don't even make that shit in a week at these minimum wage jobs. I had to tell them to separate away from them. They ain't gonna do nothing but try to make you feel weak because you ain't trying to take care of all their grown ass responsibility. I'm like, listen, man, deal with people that's on your level. Move. They move, having the time of their fucking life. Like, hey man, keep that shit off social media. Because you attract the wrong people to you for the wrong reasons, even your family. They're not trying to create independently successful children, man. And they want to complain about immigrants and all that other shit. Man, fuck out of here, dude. I am not trying to even listen to anybody put this shit off on nobody else. Unless you live in Mississippi, then you got some legitimate excuses. But outside of that, man, bro, I ain't trying to hear that shit. I ain't trying to hear it.
And everything you said is right, MOT. But you know what it takes? It takes for a man to look himself in the mirror and to not like what he see.
Yeah,
and to
I had to do it.
And to not be comfortable and complacent with his circumstances. And that is gonna take some of these dudes to get off the internet. For real.
Yeah.
It is. Because the internet is a big distraction for a lot of these dudes. And it keeps them in the world of maybe and what if instead of what is. That's what they running from. That's why they won't look in the mirror, because they're afraid to look at what is.
Tell you, that's the hardest conversation ever.
What is it that I have to change? This internet shit keep you in the world of, okay, well, I could be. Well, this might happen. It keep you in that world. And that keeps you complacent as a man. But a lot of these guys are comfortable with it because it's like, well, I still could do it. Well, what if this video go viral? And what if I just wasn't raised to live off that as a man. Like as a man, I wasn't taught to live off of a what if or what might be. Nah, you gotta do something to make sure or ensure that this happens. You got to make sure you put your best foot forward to make sure shit happens. There is no what if and might be. That's when you praying. That's when you praying for something, and you really don't even want to use them words when you praying for something, because when you have faith, you don't even want to use those words. So as men, we shouldn't want to live like that. But this internet shit will keep you in that world. And you could look up, man, and 15 years and be done passed you by, and you won't even realize it because you caught up in this world. You won't even realize 10 years, 5 years. Like a lot of people don't know, man, we was in a house for 4 years, bro.
Yeah.
They had us in the house for 4 years. We literally did 4 New Years in the house. And people don't realize that, because think about what those 4 years, what happened? The Purge was born within them 4 years. We had a bunch of content and series of content. This shit was like reality shows, bro, during that time.
Yeah.
That shit kept us entertained. We was in the whole world. Think about it.
Nah, hey, it's time to get up out of it. Nah,
and
real shit. It's time to get the fuck up out of it, bro.
but now some people are realizing it now because now look, we're 4 years out of it, damn near. So this is now some people are starting to wake up because it take that time. It take that much time for some people to be like, hold up, yo, let me figure some shit out because this shit is, you know. But it gotta just hit you. Some people it don't hit them, bro. And then some people just was never complacent like that. They always, you know, some of us just always knew and wasn't banking on this shit, but some of us, bro, this shit, it might take 10 years for some of these people to get out of this shit. Because think about the people who are actually successful, who are actually making a living off of it. They don't even they'll totally disagree with this conversation.
Yeah.
100% disagree with it.
Because hey, if people leave the internet, they gonna lose their money, dog. They gonna lose their living, man. So
right.
I get it. But hey, I'm about to get up out of here, bro. You got the final thoughts. Shout out to MOT too. I'm about to dip. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
man.
I'll be on a little bit later. Gonna bust
No
down some
doubt,
body.
bro. I just wanted to come up here and I didn't even know it was going to turn into this type of conversation because I just wanted to come up and talk about that one little piece. But man, shout out to you, bro. Enjoy your day. Everybody enjoy their day. Shout out to everyone in the chat, man. Peace.
Nah, shout out to DS1. Sheep stay sleep. Hopefully he gonna come back with some content for us. Cause you know sheep be cooking. And shout out to MOT too, man. Appreciate all y'all. You know what I'm saying, coming through. Boo and Mills, Sandra Brown, I'm saying Brownie, Cynical One, Dawn Stacy, you know, Juju, appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Ed Hill, Deacon Dave. Appreciate all y'all, man, coming through. I'm looking out for your boy Trinity Time Travels, who's always first. I got to get up out of here. Yeah, have a good day, but I will be back later.